Hey guys, we're back with another restoration video. In this video we are doing a restoration on this hoveringham tipper truck, I think is what it's called. The hoveringham tipper, number 20 or number 17, made in England by Lesney. This one is pretty beat up. There's hardly any paint left on the cab portion, and the bed is all chipped up and is discolored with the paint. The bed is bent in. One of the posts that hold the back part on is missing, and the flap on the back is gone. I don't know where that went. And the bed is broken off, but the posts that hold them on are still there on here. They're just broken off somehow. I don't know how that happened, so somebody must have either stepped on it or ripped them off. I don't know. It's hard telling, but other than that, it's pretty good. But it should turn out pretty nice. There are a bunch of things that are bent too, so we'll have to fix it. But the good thing is it's still got the plastic block, and it doesn't feel as strong as it would be when it was new, probably, but it still feels like it's got some life left in it. But we'll have to fix up this truck. The first thing I did before anything else was bend the metal back out on the bed so it wasn't all bent, because there was bent in here, and then both of these tabs on the side were bent in like they'd been dropped or stepped on or something, so I just made them so they're bent out. But other than that, it looks pretty good, because there isn't anything else that's bent or broken except for these two posts and the one for the flap on the back. But other than that, I think it turned out good so far. Before I get the paint off, I need to take the wheels off the car. I'm going to use the pliers and just squeeze the crimped part of the axle, because for me it's a little bit easier, and I can see what I'm doing better, and I have a little more control. And there's also more material left on the wheel when you put it back together, so that's also a bonus, so you don't have as much room when you use the Dremel. And usually the wheel will pop right off like it did with the back one. You have to just kind of go around the whole wheel. Before you strip the paint, you need to make sure to take out this plastic piece that holds the bed up when it just pulls out, and then we're ready to strip the paint off of it, and it's just a little piece. So here you can see my method to make the ends of the axles shiny. All I do is put the axles in a drill and then use some sandpaper and spin the drill. After getting the paint off, I glued the two tabs for the bed back on, because they had both broken off, and the bed wasn't even attached to the body. And I also am sanding down where the posts used to be, because they're both broken off. But other than that, that's all that's been going on so far. So I put a coat of primer on both the cab and the bed of the truck, and then I'm going to paint the cab red and the bed orange to keep it as original as I possibly can. After putting on the primer, I painted the body, and it turned out really nice. The cab part was painted red and the bed was painted orange. They turned out pretty good. No complaints there. The red looks really nice, and you can still see the badge details. It says Foden, I think is what it is. Hoveringham tipper, I guess, is just what it says. So, and I also put the black piece back on, so now what we have to do is get the wheels and axles back on. So I painted all the wheels black, and you can see my new contraption to hold all the wheels when I paint them. I'll have to use that in later videos when I work on these cars, because it worked out really nice. It held all the wheels and it stood up on its own, and I don't have to put them anywhere afterwards. So I got some of these waterslide decals for it that I've been waiting for, and this is what's mainly been taking a while to get, so I'll have to get the water slide onto the body of the truck, or the back of the truck, and then just pull it. You need to be careful with these so they don't tear or anything like that. If I can get this. Oh. So we got the truck finished. As you could see in the last clip of the video, I folded the decal over on itself a little bit when it pulled off the paper, but I got it back so it's pretty much flat. It doesn't look too bad if it'll focus. There we go. Need to move the light so you can see better. It says hoveringham. I wish I would have used some bolder font, because this font is kind of hard to see if it's far away, and it's definitely not as big, and you're not as able to see it as well as when it was original. The wheels I painted, so they look pretty good, and this piece broke off again, so I had to glue it, and other than that, the wheels all stay on. The paint turned out really nice, I think. The orange might have a little bit of spot in it, but other than that, it turned out pretty nice. I'm finally glad to have some decals that I can put on. It says hoveringham. I think it turned out really nice. As you can see, the bottom and the bed actually stays open now. Before it didn't, because the block was worn out on one side. So I flipped that around and it stays up now. And I'm really happy with it. I think it turned out really nice. And I think that's the end of this video. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.